Once there was a young man with a fiery temper who often engaged in fights with others, causing people to dislike him. One day, by chance, this young man wandered to the Great Virtue Monastery. There, he happened to overhear a monk delivering a Dharma talk. After listening, he vowed to change his ways. He approached the monk and said,
"From now on, I will no longer fight with others to avoid people shunning me. Even if someone spits in my face, I will patiently wipe it off and calmly accept it."
The monk, upon hearing this, simply smiled and said,
"Why must you go to such lengths? Just let the spit dry on its own. Why bother wiping it off?"
The young man, bewildered, asked the monk,
"How can that be? Why must I endure such a thing?"
The monk replied,
"What is there that you cannot endure? Just think of it as a mosquito landing on your face. It is not worth fighting over."
The young man then asked,
"What if instead of spitting, the other person throws a punch? What should I do then?"
The monk answered,
"It is the same. Do not let it trouble you. It is just a punch."
Hearing this, the young man suddenly threw a punch at the monk's head and asked,
"Monk, how do you feel now?"
The monk, with great compassion, replied,
"My head is as hard as a rock. I feel nothing. But your hand must be in great pain, isn't it?"
The young man, inspired by the monk's wisdom, bowed deeply and thanked him. He then decided to stay at the monastery to learn more. Thus, it is said that patience is a profound practice of cultivation. When we are oppressed, our initial reaction is often to retaliate. If someone hits you once, it seems best to hit back twice. Therefore, we often see people getting angry over trivial matters, turning red-faced and fighting until heads are broken. In life, because we cannot endure, even a small word or insignificant matter can lead to disputes and conflicts, damaging relationships, or even costing lives. Living in this world, when faced with contrary situations, we cannot indulge our nature and act recklessly, but must use the opposite method to restrain it. This principle is rooted in a single word: patience. What is patience? The Chinese have a unique interpretation of this word, believing that patience means endurance. We often say enduring to bear a great responsibility. Without endurance, one cannot bear heavy responsibilities. Without patience, one cannot achieve success. Why must we be patient? Because patience avoids much unnecessary trouble and harm. When we are not yet strong enough, we must learn to endure, as small matters can affect the larger scheme. Even when we are strong, we must still practice patience. A Western scholar once said, "Patience and perseverance are bitter, but they bear sweet fruit." Anyone who wants to achieve must learn patience. For some, patience is often seen as weakness and vulnerability. However, in reality, patience is a way to refine oneself, the result of weathering storms, helping people cultivate the will to remain calm when facing adversity, staying composed and serene, regardless of criticism or praise. According to the Buddhist teachings, patience must encompass three aspects: bodily patience, verbal patience, and mental patience. This means enduring physical pain without retaliating with gestures or actions, refraining from uttering harsh words, and, most importantly, quelling anger and resentment in the heart, not letting them rise. If one cannot extinguish internal anger and resentment, it cannot be called true patience according to the Buddhist sense. Furthermore, a practitioner of patience must reach the level where there is no perception of being wronged, no suffering, and no one suffering. Patience here is vast and boundless, originating from compassion, wisdom, and the absolute equality of Buddha nature. Therefore, to cultivate patience, one must rely on these three virtues as the foundation: The Buddha taught, patience is the quickest way to pay off karma. A person who practices patience is gradually paying off the karma they have created. Indeed, the two great missions of humanity in this world are to create blessings and to repay karma. Lacking the cultivation of patience means giving way to anger, which can ignite, grow, and erupt at any time. When faced with adverse situations, anger arises, leading to harsh words and rash actions that compound bad karma and dissipate blessings. Conversely, those who practice patience have a pure heart, remain calm and composed, understand human nature, always repay wrongs with kindness, accumulate virtue, and do good deeds. As anger has no chance to flare up, compassion and tolerance in such a person flourish, leading to the rapid dissolution of karmic obstacles and the accumulation of merit, thus being protected by the divine. Thus, it is known, the petty view patience as humiliation, the noble view it as the highest state of life. Patience is not suppressing anger, but maintaining harmony, being gentle and tolerant in the face of all enmity. Those who know patience will have an expanded perspective, a kind heart, living in accordance with morality and cherishing the values of life. The power of patience. One of the greatest calamities in this world is anger and hatred. It is not an exaggeration to say that the fire of anger has burned down half of the world and half of human efforts since the dawn of mankind. Therefore, patience is a miraculous medicine to extinguish the fire of anger. From an individual perspective, a patient person gains the affection of those around them because of their gentle demeanor, kind words, and gracious actions. The patient person's mind is clear, making wise judgments, avoiding regrettable mistakes due to lack of calm. The body and mind of the patient person are always peaceful and light, and because of these qualities, they are likely to succeed in all endeavors. From a family perspective, if everyone in the family is patient, the home will always be harmonious, loving, and warm. It is often said, when husband and wife agree, they can empty the sea. Without patience, harmony in the family is impossible, and without harmony, the family becomes a small hell that everyone wants to escape. From a societal perspective, patience allows for unity, peaceful coexistence, the prevention of war, the strengthening of peace, and turning the world into a paradise. From a spiritual perspective, patience is like a gold-testing stone, like a forge for refining metals, always alerting the practitioner to be vigilant in the face of adversity. It compels the practitioner to always employ compassion, wisdom, and equality to overcome anger and hatred, gradually reducing arrogance and self-love and ultimately demolishing the stronghold of ego. Thus, the practitioner attains the state of non-self and non-birth. The 5 great benefits of practicing patience.
1. Calm and clear mind.
Patience and calmness go hand in hand. With patience, we have the wisdom to see the truth clearly.
2. Prevent illness and misfortune.
Anger clouds judgment. A single moment of lost temper can lead to terrible crimes. A careless word can ruin a career. An uncontrolled action can harm others severely. Anger is a demon, and without the reins of patience, we become its victims. Those who know patience control their words, actions, and thoughts, avoiding unforeseeable consequences and stress-related illnesses. Thus, patience is a shield against the potential repercussions of anger.
3. Living with gentleness and generosity.
Patient people value gentleness over force, easily adapting to any situation, forgiving all wrongs and living harmoniously with others without losing their moral compass.
4. Serenity like water.
Impatient people often burn in the flames of anger, living in anxiety and fear. Conversely, patient people are compassionate with a peaceful and serene mind, living in joy and freedom.
5. Developing resilience against adversity.
All success comes after many failures. Those at the top are always those who have enough patience to endure challenges, extracting wisdom and experience from pain and loss to move forward. Without cultivating patience, achieving great success is difficult. How should a Buddhist cultivate patience in daily life? First, one who cultivates patience must always remember, it is not to seek praise or admiration, not out of fear of others' power, not for personal gain, not out of laziness or resignation to life's injustices, not because of ignorance or lack of dignity. If patience is practiced for these reasons, it is more harmful than anger, as it serves the desires of greed, pride, cowardice, and selfishness. We cultivate patience because of a great vow, a noble purpose, a vast love, and a clear wisdom. We practice patience to cultivate virtues and counteract the disease of anger caused by greed, selfishness, arrogance, and delusion. Regardless of the situation, our actions must always be gentle and courteous, our words calm and measured, our thoughts clear and discerning, understanding why we should not be angry. We must always employ compassion, like the nectar of Amitabha that can extinguish any fierce fire. In life, two causes make people more prone to anger than anyone else: greed and pride. Losing possessions, reputation, or sleep can cause anger. Seeing others offend our pride, self-esteem, and arrogance can also cause anger. Therefore, to cultivate patience, we must always be vigilant and guard against these two vices. We must be alert and not fall into their traps. They are very cunning, with many schemes. Sometimes they speak in the name of duty, honor, and common interest to incite anger and hatred. Sometimes they whisper in our ears in the dead of night, or they loudly accuse our patience of being weakness and cowardice. Therefore, we must know their true nature and subdue them to effectively practice patience. Doing so in all areas, under all circumstances, and at all times, the patience of the Buddha inherently dormant within us will be fully expressed. Thank you for watching. If you like it, do not forget to subscribe to our channel, turn on notifications, leave comments, and share with fellow truth seekers. Wishing you good health and inner peace every day.